Well, hey, now's one of my favorite parts of the video that I was looking forward to, which is the tasting. But I had to bring in one of my wino friends, Mary. So Mary's gonna actually join in. We're gonna talk a little bit to Mark about wine. He's picked some stuff out. So Mark, I'm gonna be quiet and turn it over to the expert.
That sounds great. Well, it's a thrill to pour you some great wines this afternoon. This weekend, in fact, I mentioned flight programming, and we'll be focused on 3 wines all weekend. This is one example of what we do every week. Okay. So we're gonna take you through 3 different wines from Burgundy. This is one of the places we travel to once a year. We usually take about 4 to 5 couples to France, and Burgundy is our top stop. We chose this weekend to pour the wines from Etienne Sauzet. This is a small boutique producer in Burgundy, known for beautiful white Burgundy, which is just Chardonnay. It's very simple. Red Burgundy, Pinot Noir, white Burgundy, Chardonnay. That's all you need to know. I'm going to pour you their first wine today. This is what we call a regional level wine. So it will just have the label designating Burgundy or Bourgogne in French. And these are all current vintage, 2022 vintage, again, Chardonnay. I'm gonna actually join you because we're in a private setting here today. Normally, if we were pouring you some wine here at a flight, obviously it's your goal to consume some great wines. It's our goal to show you great wines, but we're not normally drinking. The first thing is have a great glass, right? Have a great stem. This is a Burgundy stem, so it really is quite fitting. You're looking for a thin stem and something where you can experience the wine. So the first thing we're gonna do is just evaluate the wine. So the color of the wine, is it clear? Is it cloudy, right? This is a clear wine. Is it bright or is it dull? This is fairly bright. And what color does it sort of evoke when you look at this wine against a white background? Well, it's very much a light straw color. So this tells you it's going to be very clean, probably a wine that has some good acid, and it's not picked from grapes that are really rough. As we try the wine, it's not all about just tasting it right away. The second step is going to be the nose, right? So what I want you to do is get your nose all the way into the glass. Very important. So the top of your nose, you should really be hitting the glass. So that's where you really can get a sense for what's in the glass. So we're looking for, this is Chardonnay, in fact. So we're looking for that bright sort of citrus note. That's typically that first piece, and we might even be looking for some stone fruit. So we've smelled it, we've looked at it. The third step is the fun part. So we're going to taste this first regional wine. So what we're looking to do is sort of confirm, are we getting some of those citrus notes? What sort of level of acidity is in this wine, and how much weight is in this wine? So I would describe this as medium plus acidity, medium bodied, very clean, a lot of good complexity for a regional level Burgundy. And we're gonna move on to the second wine here. So let's go ahead and grab a dump bucket, unless you guys want to finish up. I don't know. We're pretty close to Friday, but and it breaks my heart to do this, but we'll do it. In the essence of time, I want to show you 2 other wines. This first wine is going to be a vineyard designated Chardonnay, and it's called the Calvaire. So this is a single vineyard designate, same producer, same vintage, also Chardonnay from Burgundy, but one step up. So you're going to see a difference in quality as you move to something that the winemaker is trying to show you, what the French call a lieu-dit specific wine. So vineyard specific that might have a completely different profile than the regional one. So let's do the same process. Very similar in color, I would say maybe a little bit darker than the other wine and a little bit more blue tone, which doesn't really tell us very much right now. So let's go ahead and do our approach of getting our nose all the way into the glass. There's definitely a little bit more going on. It's definitely going to get
feel it's stronger. Yep.
Yeah, a little more weight on this wine. Let's see if we can confirm that by tasting the wine. Definitely a little riper fruit than the other wine, and probably not quite as acidic. Also, this is a young Burgundy. This is only 20.
So I was going to ask you about the age and a little bit about that. Okay.
A lot of these Burgundies, particularly whites from Burgundy, they will age 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
Okay.
The wines will evolve, certainly, and get certainly more viscous and more reductive over time.
Okay.
They'll give up some fruits, but you'll get more nuance and
Okay.
more of these kind of tertiary notes, like different notes of, say, flowers or beautiful nuts, like walnut or almond. Let's move into the last wine. So speaking of last bottle, this is the wine I chose actually for the tasting. Ladies first, pardon my manners earlier. But Mary, I think, will love this. This, Joe, is also the flagship from Etienne Sauzet. This comes from the town of Poulny-Montrachet, so very iconic village. This has the name of the village on the label, so you know it's from that village. Same grape, Chardonnay, but certainly a thrilling wine in and of itself. Known for one of the most exciting areas, if not the most exciting, because really this is ground zero for where Chardonnay came from. If you go back to the Cistercian monks of the 1400s, wines were produced in this area called Montrachet. Okay. It comes from the mountain to Mont and Vacher, which is the name that's associated with the soil type, very rocky, so almost like rashy. So a lot of stone, not a lot of fertility in the soil, so you get these wines that really look to survive. This wine, to me, is a little darker than the last, and even more blue hue to go with that sort of white background. Okay, but still, we're still in the straw color. I don't smell anything off-putting, so let's go ahead and get our nose in.
I think this is my favorite. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely stunning. I mean, I'm getting, sort of goosebumps here. This has so much more energy than the other two wines. Hopefully you get that. The complexity of this wine. It's much more diamond cut, meaning you're getting a lot of these little flavor cuts in this wine that make it much more complex, right? It's not just about vanilla.
So sparkly.
Yeah, it's got some minerality to it.
Yep.
This vineyard, in fact, comes from more limestone soils, so you're going to have more minerality in the wine, right? But much more exciting wine. Now, obviously, very different price point. We went from about a $50 bottle to about a $130, $140 bottle of white Burgundy, so which is not uncommon for Burgundy, which seems to be extremely popular these days. So, what do you guys think?
It was great. So I'm typically not a white wine drinker. I know you're not as well. We tend to have a love for Napa cabs, big, bold kind of cabs. This was really good, especially that last one. I enjoyed that. I felt that it was a good drinker. These were fantastic. Yeah, the last one was my favorite. Which he probably saved the best for last on purpose.
I did. I chose the last one first, but I wanted you to taste all the varying qualities here. And this is really what we do.
I think that makes you understand the difference in the level.
Sure, and what you're getting.
Because I feel like if you didn't just start with this one and say, oh no, I don't really care for that one.
This has been fantastic. I know there's so much more that you all offer. Thank you for your time today.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So I'm going to put you on the spot because the goal here is to bring people in, especially those who have never been here.
Okay.
What's the best way for people to connect from afar, maybe online or something, to ultimately know that, hey, coming here is where I need to be? What's the best way for them to find you?
So certainly our website is the best place to find out what's happening. So if you went on our website today, you'd see this wines from Etienne Sauzet and the Burgundy Focus, right?
Okay.
So petitphilippe.com, that's where we are online. Certainly on Instagram also, Petit Philippe. You'll see all our events and certainly some of the things we've done in the past to just get a flavor for those things that might interest you. But it's really, we call ourselves stewards for your wine journey, and that's really what this is about. So whether you've had, half dozen wines, like I mentioned, or thousands, find someone that you can connect with and that you trust.
Yeah, and I'm going to be hitting you up because I made a mission this year that I was going to get more into the Italian wines since I'm always stuck on the big Napa bold. So yeah, you're going to have to join them, put you on the spot.
All right, let's do it.
Well, hey, listen, we're excited to have you in the neighborhood. The building is beautiful. We talked about that earlier. With us being in real estate, the tie there is walking into gorgeous spaces like this. But more importantly, knowing that there's good, trusted folks in the community because our community is shared. We serve people across Charlotte. We know that you all have multiple locations and have been a staple in multiple locations. So I think that trust is what's being built. They can now find you here in Myers Park or online to start, the Myers Park area. But if anybody has any interest, you have interest in either learning more about wine and you want to get into the experience here, whether you're just starting out or you're a pro you definitely got to check out their new shop. It's gorgeous if you haven't been here. And then definitely sign up for maybe some family fun. Coming into the holidays, I'm sure y'all are going to be doing some events as well.
It's pretty crazy. Yes.
Yep. And then if you're looking for real estate in the area, we would love to be your partner to help guide you along the way, whether it is in the Myers Park area or across the community. We'd love to be able to serve you as well. You can hit us up in our DMs, always find us on social media, and we look forward to catching up with you next time.